Nobody indeed. What is good? Welcome into Driving the Line. My name is Alan Bell. We got a fantastic show lined up for you today. Hope everybody's doing great on this Sunday, April 19th. April's flying by. Yeah, man. Good to see you all. Matty Boy said, morning, gang. Let's have a day. Let's have a day indeed. Adam, what's up, man? Good morning. Good morning, big dog. Good to see you. The Sip, my man. Good morning indeed. How we doing? Ian, great to see you, big dog. Hope you're doing great. My man, Dan, good morning, DTL crew. Dan, hope you're doing fantastic, my man. So good to see you. So good to see everybody. Tony, good morning, crew. 3-0 yesterday, not counting the quarter unit home run prop. Big Tony, sports betting grind. You crushed it, man. Great job there. All right, so speaking of yesterday, how'd we do? All right, 2-2. Mississippi State, they came through. Florida State, they came through. Plus 100, we'll take it. Nuggets came through. Knicks came through. Plus 100, we'll take it. Mets and Cubs over 8.5. Did not come through. 4-2 final there. Georgia Tech loses again. Texas got the dub. If anybody went round robin on these four, Mississippi State, Florida State, Georgia Tech, Texas, you got three of those four. Texas ended up, they won. But Georgia Tech loses to North Carolina again. So North Carolina up 2-0 in the series. Great job to them. All right, my man, Japan, how do you do? 1-3 day. Jasmine Jasu Davis. I can't even sound that. I can't even pronounce it. I can't even say the word pronounce. He gets that one, but 1-3 in boxing. UFL, but it's all right, man. My man, Japan, we appreciate you. Keep bringing it. Keep swinging. So what do we have in sports yesterday? Cavs beat the Raptors 126-113. Nuggets beat the Timberwolves 116-105. Knicks beat the Hawks 113-102. Lakers beat the Rockets 107-98. So what we have, the Cavs favorite at home, they win. Nuggets favorite at home, they win. Knicks, saying Knicks and Hawks. Knicks covered, win at home, right? Lakers, the upset here, and they get the win at home. So all four teams get the dub here. That were the home squad there. Karen, good morning, AB and crew. Good morning, Karen. So good to see you. Hope you're doing great. All right, so that's what we had yesterday in the NBA. All right, let's jump into the show for today. We've got a ton to get to. We have some decisions to make. All right, it's risky. Let's go. Okay, here we go. I'm doing it. Mets and Cubs over 8.5. I'm going to the well again. I know it didn't hit yesterday, but we have all the conditions here for an excellent hitting day. Yesterday, we had two studs on the mound, and they showed out, but I'm going to take my shot here. Let me get the Mets Cubs over 8.5. Let's go. All right. Florida State money line, taking them today. We've rolled with them on Friday. We've rolled with them on Saturday. Go ahead and give me them on Sunday. Florida State finish off the weekend right with a sweep. Texas, same deal at home against Alabama. I'm going to take Texas money line. So put Florida State together with Texas, both those money lines minus 120. Jinxie, you crushed it yesterday. The Canes, 2-point team total over half of a goal, and Stakeoven 2 shots on goal. You crushed that one. Excellent job there. Landon, AB, what up, gang? Let's have a day. Let's have a day indeed, Landon. So good to see you, man. OG, what up, AB? Sunday, fun day. Let's get it. Let's get it indeed, brother. Absolutely. Jinxie, Yanks team total over 2.5. Canes money line. Dude, you were on fire yesterday, brother. Nice job. All right, so Mets Cubs over 8. Matty Boy brings up a good point. Mets Cubs is at 8 on DraftKings minus 108. There you go. You take every single run, half a run that you can. Yeah, shop your books for sure. But I'm going to roll with the over 8.5. Take a shot there. Florida State, Texas, talked about that. Take that. Okay, now, the next two plays, solo, by themselves. How do you want to get down? Ole Miss, money line, minus 110. They're up 2-0 in the series against Tennessee, and Tennessee threw their ace and their best closer yesterday and lost 8-1. That's after losing on Friday. I don't know what Tennessee's going to do, but unless it's scoring 12 runs, I think they're in trouble. So I'm going to roll with Ole Miss today to finish off the sweep against Tennessee. And then Wake Forest, been handling their business against NC State. I'm going to take them on the money line, minus 125. So again, these, you don't have to pair up with any of them. You could just roll solo if you do so choose to play these teams. All right. And then finally, the NBA, we have 4 games today. We'll go through all these games in all these sports. Don't worry. But the Magic and the Pistons, I'm going to roll with the under 218.5. So when you're looking at the NBA games today, we have 4 of them. Excuse me. The spreads got a lot larger. All right. So you're having to deal with 8.5s, 11.5s, 14.5s. They're a bit big today. But I think if there's one game that goes under, I think it's this one. I think we got an excellent Magic offensive performance 2 nights ago. I don't know if they're going to do that again. The Pistons definitely go, but I think they're going to look to play some defense tonight as well. Get this win at home, handle their business, keep the Magic point total down. So I'm going to roll with 218.5, and again, we'll talk about all of these. Now, and Blade asked a great question. Do we think Georgia Tech and USC get swept today too? Great question, man. Great question. Because, look, North Carolina's look great, and Nebraska's look great too. That was a big Nebraska win yesterday. No doubt. All right, so these are the 5 that I have. Let's go. Okay, now, if you're looking at these single college baseball plays, all right, the Ole Miss, the Wake Forest, you're saying, well, I want to take a little shot at some money today. Okay. What about this? AB3, put these 3 together. Ole Miss money line, Wake Forest money line, Oklahoma money line against Missouri at home. So basically all 3 of these teams going for the sweep. Ole Miss going for the sweep, Wake Forest going for the sweep, Oklahoma going for the sweep. And as Blade mentioned, right? North Carolina, another team going for a sweep today. Nebraska, another team going for, and we'll go through all these. But yeah. So those are the 3 right there: Ole Miss, Wake Forest, and Oklahoma. So essentially, if you don't want to play Ole Miss and Wake Forest singularly together, you want to put a couple things together, try to make some money. Here you go, right here. And it doesn't have to be these 3, but that's what I see out of today. There we go. Now, start Major League Baseball. We could have some home runs today. Let's go. All right. Yesterday was a weird day in Major League Baseball, wasn't it? Odd day. Yeah. Big Whale, good to see you, buddy. Do small things with great love. I love that, man. So good to see you. So good to see everybody. Tizzle, USC worries me. Yeah. It's just one of those weekends, I believe. Like, USC in general, fine, but they're going to have to get their run production up. Ooh, okay, so home runs today. Where are we going? Yordan Alvarez of the Astros, plus 285. Mike Trout of the Angels, plus 330. Bryce Harper, pictured there, the Phillies, plus 400. Ellie De La Cruz of the Reds, plus 415. And O'Neal Cruz, plus 500 of the Pirates. What do you see today? What do you like? I believe my man Kirk in the chat has said it best, and I agree with the philosophy. Riding Yordan till otherwise, 100%. Yeah, Yordan Alvarez for me as well. Plus 285. He's in a zone against Matthew Liberatore of the Cardinals. Great spot here. Historical's not bad. Yeah, give me Yordan. I'm going the same place, buddy. Controlled conditions indoors. Nice. Yep. Good spot here. All right, we'll go through the weather and all this. But again, Yordan, Mike Trout, Bryce Harper, Ellie De La Cruz, O'Neal Cruz. Those are your top 5 in terms of home run hitters for today. And I like all 5. I mean, Tony, thinking Harper, but don't follow me, right? Bryce Harper's in a great spot. Sunday Night Baseball against the Braves. Great spot, man. Wins blowing out to right center. Him or Schwarber. Good spots. All right, let's jump through it here. All right, RotoWire. Shout out to them. Lots of love for RotoWire MLB. Go check them out. Hot batter matchups that you have for today. Rhys Hoskins of the Guardians against Trevor Rogers. He has 4 home runs career against Trevor Rogers, hitting 429, and this is out of 21 at-bats. Rhys Hoskins owns Trevor Rogers. So if you're looking for some player props today, Rhys Hoskins might be your dude. Byron Buxton, 2 home runs off of Brady Singer, hitting 389 historically. Trevor Larnach of the Twins, he has 1 home run off Brady Singer, hitting 462, 13 at-bats there. And Ty France of the Padres has a home run off Reed Detmers, hitting 250 career against the Angels pitcher. Now, Razzball, shout out to them. Lots of love. Go check them out, razzball.com. Lots of good baseball stats there. All right. Last 7 days, Major League Baseball. Who are your dudes that have been raking at the plate? Mike Trout, 5 home runs in the last 7 games. Brandon Lowe, he's got 4 home runs. Jose Ramirez has 2 in his last 7, cooling off a little bit. Aaron Judge, 5 his last 7, and another great day for him today. Bryce Terang has 3 in his last 6 games. Jeremiah Jackson of the Orioles, 4 in his last 7. Dansby Swanson, 3 in the last 6. Austin Riley, 3 home runs in his last 6. James Wood of the Nationals, 3 in his last 7. And then O'Neal Cruz of the Pirates, he has 2 home runs in his last 7 games. Kind of due for it here today. So if you're looking for your top 10 players over the last week of baseball, This Week in Baseball, you remember that show? Oh, man. Was it Mel Allen? How about that? Oh, man, This Week in Baseball was awesome. All right. So, okay, here's what we need to know for today. All right. Sundays in Major League Baseball are a notorious rest day. Okay. What do I mean by that? Star players tend to get rest. Why? They've been playing a lot to start the season, and Sundays are generally the end of series, and you'll have new ones beginning on Monday. So Sunday night or Monday morning are travel days, generally for most teams in Major League Baseball, whether you're at home and you're staying at home, going on the road, going back home, on the road, staying on the road, West Coast trip, East Coast trip, you name it, right? So anyway, Sundays are notorious, and we have some things working against us here because, number one, the Mets have lost like 10 straight games. I believe the Yankees have played 17 straight games, something like that, and there are more and more and more. Yeah, Yankees 12th game in a row here, right? So you have a lot of teams that have been just going at it for a long time. So you're going to start to see Sundays, they turn into rest days. And we're not talking about it like the NBA. You don't see it a lot. But some of these dudes, guys like Aaron Judge, that have been going and going and going and going, you'll start to see it for sure. So just keep an eye out today. Yeah, Yankees might get rained out. Also pay attention there. We'll go through all these games. But, yeah, definitely something to pay attention to for sure. Adam, Jose Ramirez, double-digit steal, which is great. Jose Ramirez is just absolutely getting the job done in so many categories. All right, Royals and the Yankees. So you have rain here, as mentioned, 79, 80% humidity. Yeah, you're going to have some rain. Day game here, 135 Eastern. Yankees minus 156 on the money line. Total of 8. Ryan Weathers on the mound for New York. Cole Reagan's on the mound for Kansas City. Look at this weather. All right, so again, 16 miles an hour blowing out to right center. Left-handed pull hitters, buddy, this is your spot today. Get the ball in air. Now, again, pay attention to the weather here, but if you're looking for props, Yankees props might be there. All right, Giants and the Nationals. Giants minus 156 on the money line, total of 8. Robbie Ray on the mound, Miles Mikolas on the mound for Washington. 13 miles an hour blowing in, 52 degrees outside, 63% humidity. Not a bad day, but that wind is definitely going to hurt you there. And with Robbie Ray on the mound, that could be tough. Scott, AB, I hit another 3-team and 4-team parlay. I hit another 3-team and 4-team parlay in college baseball. I did 2 parlays. One was Oklahoma, Texas, and Mississippi State. The other was Boston College, Oregon State, Oklahoma, and Mississippi State. Dude, beautiful look, man. Great job. You are crushing these parlays, Scott. Yeah. Yeah, can't target the meatball. Yeah. No, you definitely can. Here's the thing, man. I just don't know if home runs are going to be there. But, yeah, if you're looking for yeah. Hey, good to see you. I hope you're doing great. Yeah, it just might be tough to get the ball launched. But if you got base hits, you're going to see it today for sure. I just don't know if you're going to get the long ball. That's what scares me. But that's funny. Matty Ice, good morning, again. Good morning, big dog. Scott, take the Giants. Mikolas is the worst pitcher in baseball. Yeah, it's tough. All right, Rays of the Pirates. Pirates minus 115 on the money line. Total of 8. Shane McClanahan on the mound for Tampa. Mitch Keller on the mound for Pittsburgh. Also, if anybody has any thoughts on WrestleMania, feel free to drop those in. I don't want to give away spoilers. I know people, might be watching it today, getting ready for tonight. So I'm not going to say it, but if you have any thoughts on what you saw last night, I'm interested in those. Drop them in the chat. What'd you think? Night 1. What do you think about night 2? All right. So McClanahan versus Mitch Keller here. PNC Park. Let me pull this full screen so you can see. 17 miles an hour blowing out to right center. 50 degrees, 39% humidity. So again, you have tremendous home run hitting weather here. Are you going to get it? Good question. But you have it set up. Brandon Lowe, as Kirk mentioned. Yeah. O'Neal Cruz. My gosh, it's set up for him today. Yeah. You just got to get the ball launched, man. As Will says, elevate and celebrate. Yeah. All right. Brewers and the Marlins. Brewers minus 120 the money line. Total of 7.5. Jacob Mizorowski on the mound for Milwaukee. Yordi Perez on the mound for Miami. You don't have to worry about weather in this one. It's hard to do anything but the under here. Personally. Orioles of the Guardians. Guardians minus 118 of the money line. Total of 7. Trevor Rogers on the mound for Baltimore. Joey Cantillo on the mound for Cleveland. All right. 16 miles an hour blowing in from center to right. Again, left-handed pull hitters, you have a spot. Jose Ramirez, again, not afraid to go back to the well. I don't know, though. I thought runs were going to come in every game here. See, Reds and the Twins. Kirk, here's a sleeper. Spencer Horwitz for Pirates AB. There we go. I like it. All right. Twins minus 126 in the money line. Total of 8. Brady Singer on the mound for Cincinnati. Bailey Ober on the mound for Minnesota. Yeah, you've got every opportunity to hit today. You just have to get these two to do it. Ellie De La Cruz is set up to mash today, man. If he's swinging the bat good, Ellie De La Cruz might go off. It's all set up for him. I don't know. Sid, tough weather on the East Coast today. Yeah, no doubt there is. There's rain, wind, all those storms that have been moving up from the Midwest, from the Gulf. They came through Nashville last night. And I know that there's plenty of it coming through, so the Northeast is going to get a lot of it there. Twins historically smashed Brady Singer, almost 490-ish at bats. Excellent look, man. Like, yeah, there are spots, man. There are spots. Yeah, Adam, a lot colder today. Yes, it is. Yeah, everywhere that this storm has gone through, you're seeing it in the 40s. Mm-hmm. No doubt. Cardinals and the Astros. Astros minus 150 on the money line. Total of 8.5. Matthew Liberatore on the mound for St. Louis. Mike Burrows on the mound for Houston. You don't have to worry about weather in this one. Look, I'm on Yordan Alvarez. Did home run. Think he has a great day today. I don't hate runs in this game. I don't hate it at all. Scott says it's pouring in Boston right now. Is it? Yeah. Yeah, Northeast is getting pounded, man. Liddy. Absolutely glorious in SoCal today. Just reporting. Liddy. I love it. Liddy was at the Laker game last night. Dude, every time you show up at a game in LA, things work out. I love it, dude. Yeah. We need to get that started. Every team in LA. You want to win? Put Liddy in. Let's go. Not to go Booby Miles on it. All right. So anyways, all right, you don't have to worry about weather here. Great spot. You just got to get these teams going, man. Let's see. What do we have next here? Mets and the Cubs. All right. So, okay. Oh, sorry. I didn't get the banner up. I apologize. Sorry. All right. So, Cubs minus 136 on the money line, total of 8.5. Tobias Myers on the mound for New York. Javier Assad on the mound for Chicago. All right. So, what do we need to know in this one? First off, Wrigley, 17 miles an hour, blowing out to right center. Same deal, man. Now it's colder, 47 degrees, 55% humidity. Again, this is a great spot. Yesterday was a tremendous pitching matchup. Today, I don't think it's as much. I'm rolling the dice again. I'm doing it. Give me the over 8.5 here. But this is one of those to where, like, feel free. If anybody has a text chain with your folks, you know, that also put in bets, right? Your betting group chain. Text them this one today. See what we do. 2:20 Eastern, 1:20 Central. So it's a day game for sure. But man, I'm gonna take a shot at it. I'm gonna run it back, even though it didn't hit yesterday. I'm gonna run it back. Dodgers and the Rockies. Dodgers minus 293 in the money line. Total of 11.5. Roki Sasaki on the mound for Los Angeles. Michael Lorenzen on the mound for Colorado. 4.7 miles an hour blowing right to left. 67 degrees. 7% humidity. I mean, it's okay hitting weather. Not the best. Not the worst. Probably Dodgers handle their business and move on. White Sox and the A's. A's minus 156 the money line. Total 9.5. Noah Schultz on the mound for Chicago. Jeffrey Springs on the mound for the A's. Look, Springs was putting on a show last time he was out. 5.8 miles per hour blown out, 74 degrees, 36% humidity. So who went yard yesterday for the A's? Nick Kurtz? Again, I don't know if you're going to get the over here, but you've got the weather for it. You have weather for mashing. So, all right, Nick Kurtz went yard yesterday. We'll see if Shea Langoliers is going to do it here. All right, Padres and the Angels. Padres minus 118 in the money line, total of 8.5. Michael King on the mound for San Diego. Reed Detmers on the mound for Los Angeles. 8 miles an hour blowing out, 77 degrees, 45% humidity. Mike Trout, excellent spot. Again, Jorge Soler, Joe Adell. Started a murderer's row, man. Once one hits one, the other two do it too. And the Padres are mashing as well. I don't hate the over here, but God, it scares me with these two teams. You got the weather for it, though. Rangers and the Mariners. Mariners bats came alive yesterday. Good to see. Minus 150 on the money line. Total of 7. Mackenzie Gore on the mound for Texas. Brian Wu on the mound for Seattle. Don't have to worry about weather. Solid pitching matchup here. I don't have a play either way. Would like to see the Mariners bats stay alive today, and I wouldn't be surprised to see it. That said, this has 4-3 written all over it. Now, I don't hate playing the over of 7 here because you get it flat, right? Meaning you could get push insurance. And take a look. That 7, I bet you could find 6.5. Shop your books. Might cost you a bit, maybe minus 120, but then a 7 gets you a win if you play the over 6.5, right? So a way to look at it, but I think we all understand what we're going into with these two teams. It's very, very probable that you see a low-scoring affair. Scott, AB, here's a tip. When Luis Severino's pitching at home, take the opposing team runs over. He has been awful at home. White Sox went over their run total. Beautiful look, man. Scott, that's a great look. Tizzle, you feeling strikeouts in that game? In the Mariners game? Yep, I agree. Blue Jays, the Diamondbacks. Blue Jays minus 112 on the money line, total of 8. Kevin Gausman on the mound for Toronto. Ryan Nelson on the mound for Arizona. Don't have to worry about weather in this one. Man. You know what? Home run props might be solid here today. Vladimir Guerrero, Ketel Marte, keep going. Dalton Varsho. I don't hate home runs here. I don't know about a play on the win, though. I don't know what to do with that. Tigers and the Red Sox. Ooh, look at this pitching matchup. Red Sox minus 143 the money line. Total of 7. Framber Valdez on the mound for Detroit. Garrett Crochet on the mound for Boston. You want an under? You've got the possibility for it here. That said, though, Garrett Crochet got lit up last time he was out. But Framber Valdez, known getting a bunch of ground balls, buddy. Garrett Crochet, he could do the same. Scott mentioned in the chat, he's in Boston. It's pouring in Boston right now, so keep an eye on the weather there. You see it 16 miles an hour blowing left or right, though. And pesky pole, dude, I've sat there. It does not take a lot to get it out of right field at Fenway. Does not, man. You get a good hip turn on a left-handed pull cut. Yeah. You can get it. Yeah, so all right. You got to keep your eye on the rain, though. I just don't know what to do with it. It's tough. Matty boy, Exxon Valdez, Framber Valdez. Good point. All right. So, yeah, you're right. Valdez. All right. Thank you for that. And if I mess any others up, I promise it's not out of disrespect. It's me being an idiot. So Yeah, thank you for that. Des, best investment I've made. Let's eat, fam. Member for 26 months. Cortez, I'd give you a hug right now. You beautiful, beautiful son of a gun. Oh, thank you. Thank you to everybody in the crew. Seriously. Your memberships here, seriously, they keep this thing up. I hug every one of you. Your family's like, who is this guy? He keeps hugging him. He's just happy. All right. So, anyways, yeah, Valdez, excellent correction there from Matty Boy. Appreciate that. Yeah, this could be low, man. But again, Crochet kind of got lit up. All right, Sunday Night Baseball. Braves and the Phillies here. 7:20 Eastern, 6:20 Central. Phillies minus 120 at the money line. Total of 8. Grant Holmes on the mound for Atlanta. Andrew Painter on the mound for Philadelphia. Tizzle. Dez like Dez Bryant. That is a great learning tool. What is that called? Or an analogy, I guess. Yeah. Like or as. A simile. That's what it is. A simile. Yeah. Similes work for me of like learning. Big Brett. Appreciate you gifting me a membership. This fam is the best. Big Brett. Absolutely. And thank you all right there. Gifted memberships. That's exactly what it does. Big Brett. Love to see you, my boy. And thank you to everybody in the crew. Bringing people along. That's what I love to see, man. All right. So anyways, Grant Holmes, Andrew Painter. Okay. Left to right wind, 9.2 miles an hour, 52 degrees, 50% humidity. Yeah, right. Always fun with Kenny Powers Jr.'s on the for the Braves. Yes. Tina, happy Sunday, AB and crew. Tina, happy Sunday indeed. So good to see you. I hope you're doing great. Oh, so good to see you. Matt, smash the like button. Yes. If you're watching on your phone, just grab a screen, pull it down, and like, pop back up. I appreciate it. All right, so yeah, look, left-handed pull hitters, you've got a spot. Bryce Harper, Kyle Schwarber, keep going down the list. All right, you're going to have to get the ball elevated, but again, it's blowing out. So if you get the ball up as a left-handed pull hitter, it's going to fly. So good spot there today. All right, so again, home runs, to go back to it. What do we have? Yordan Alvarez, that's where I'm going, of the Astros, plus 285. Mike Trout of the Angels, plus 330. Bryce Harper of the Phillies, pictured there, plus 400. Ellie De La Cruz, plus 415 of the Reds. And O'Neal Cruz of the Pirates, plus 500. Boom. All right. What do we have next? What's the next grab bag of sports? College baseball. Let's go. All right. Let me take the banner down. We'll do the NBA after this. All right. So what do we have going into 2 days? Cincinnati at UCF. That series tied 1-1. Coastal leads Georgia State 2-0. Southern Miss leads Texas State 2-0 in that series. Ole Miss leads Tennessee 2-0. Houston, West Virginia tied 1-1. Nebraska leads Southern Cal 2-0 in that series. North Carolina leads Georgia Tech 2-0 in that series. Florida State leads Notre Dame 2-0 there. Mississippi State leads South Carolina 2-0 there. Oregon, Illinois tied 1-1. Huge rubber match there today in Champaign. Beautiful Champaign, Illinois. Going to be a great game there. Texas A&M leads LSU 2-0 in that series. Tennessee and LSU are on the ropes, buddy. On the ropes. Texas leads Alabama 2-0 in that series. Kansas, Oklahoma State tied 1-1. UCLA leads Minnesota 2-0. Oklahoma leads Missouri 2-0. And Cal State Fullerton and Oregon State are tied 1-1. Tina says, well, I didn't hit him, but I got the home run bet. Yes, you did, Tina. You crushed it. Yes, Nick Kurtz. Way to go. All right, so college baseball. We'll get the banner back up. Let's jump into it. So it's Sunday. We have some series that ended yesterday, those that started on Thursday, not many of them. But here's what we have for today. Charlotte, UTSA, minus 238. UTSA, nothing for me there. UAB, South Florida. South Florida, minus 210 on the money line. Keep an eye on UAB. That plus 160 is very live. Cincinnati and UCF. UCF, minus 145 on the money line. UCF might not be a bad bet today. Georgia State, Coastal Carolina. Coastal Carolina, minus 620. So, again, Coastal Carolina has been handling their business. What we thought that we were going to get out of them, we have. But we just haven't been able to really bet them, man. They've just been too expensive, right? So, again, we've ran into this before where you have teams that have dominated on Friday, dominated on Saturday, and then Sunday, out of nowhere, they lose. This sport is notorious for it, right? Notorious. Sundays are like a minefield, man. It's more of avoidance than going out hunting. You know what I mean? But Coastal Carolina's, God, they're good. You would have to pair it with something like minus 160, but Coastal Carolina's a wagon. Florida State's up 2-0 against Notre Dame in this series. They dominated game 1. Game 2 is closer. Again, Florida State were on them today. You see the picks at the bottom. Minus 270. I'm liking what I'm seeing from Florida State, man. This is a tough baseball team. They play together. They're tough pitching. They're tough. They can just do a lot of things very, very well. And I think that today is going to be an important one. I think today is a little bit of a rallying day for them. You know what I mean? It's one of those days where everybody's going off. Everybody's going off. Yeah. So I'm big on Florida State today. Houston and West Virginia. This series is tied 1-1. West Virginia. All right, it's time to win this series, man. Time to win this series, dude. Don't mess around here. Houston is not a good baseball team. Nothing against them, but West Virginia, you're much better. Minus 425. Handle your business today. Wichita State, East Carolina. Good series in this one. Don't have a play. East Carolina, minus 238 in the money line. Ole Miss and Tennessee. All right, so we can talk about this. Ole Miss wins, 7-4 game 1, 8-1 in game 2. Here's the problem for Tennessee. Tennessee has 2 pitchers who are going to be first-round picks. All right, one of them next year. All right, Teagan's. Look out. This dude is a monster. All right, so is Cam Appenzeller. He's a freshman, but here's the problem. They both threw yesterday, and it didn't matter one bit. Ole Miss rocked them. So I was saying all that to say this. Uh-oh. I don't know who's throwing for today, but they might be in Tennessee, might be in some trouble. And I'm starting to notice the fan base is getting a little tired of this losing too. Tennessee's going to have to do it at the plate. I'll say this: if you're betting Ole Miss, okay, you might want to take a look at playing a total. Again, I don't get totals, so I don't have it in front of me, but probably 12.5. You might look at that as a hedge possibility if you want, but we're on Ole Miss money line, minus 110 by itself. Yeah. Tizzle, they're waiting on the AB. Hey, I'm ready to go. DK. Oh, yeah, they just dropped the first total. I swear, I'm telling you. They wait till the show starts. Vanderbilt, Kentucky. Kentucky minus 120 in the money line. Oh, this one's dangerous here today. I don't have a play on it, but you're going to see a good baseball game. They could both really use that win today. Texas State, Southern Miss. Southern Miss minus 200 on the money line. All right, here's the deal. Texas State is a good baseball team. Southern Miss is excellent, man. You have a risk here because Southern Miss been all over Texas State. There's no reason not to bet Southern Miss at all. At all. This is one of those where I get nervous out of nowhere. Texas State, it just steals one out of nowhere. But again, that's just projecting off of nothing. If you're betting on what you've been seeing, Southern Miss been laying belt to backside. You know what I'm saying? This team dominated. They're handling their business. Ohio State, Purdue, you're going to get a bunch of runs here. What is this total? 17.5? It's going to be massive. I think there's 20 runs. Been scored. Yesterday, Georgia Tech, North Carolina. Okay, North Carolina's up 2-0. Look, we had to get off of betting Georgia Tech. Nobody in the country has been able to do that. North Carolina's done it. I think a sweep for them today means something too. Is anybody betting this game? This is tough, man. Right. Elander catching too much heat for what's just not a great roster this year. Would be in a similar record if Tony V was still at the helm, I'm afraid. Just CJ Johnson for a perfect comparison. I agree 100%. A lot of this team's young, and a lot of this team kind of just put together, and it's a big change. That's an excellent point. You're spot on with it. Yeah. As always, Rye, you always are, man. That's a good way to look at it. Yeah. All right. So, yeah, Georgia Tech. Like, what do you do, man? I'm staying off. It scares me. USC, Nebraska. Okay, same deal. What do you do here? Nebraska's up 2-0 in this series. Comeback win in game 1 for Nebraska. Got a domination in game 2 for Nebraska. I think a sweep here would mean something for the Cornhuskers too. Minus 120, you don't even have to pair it with anything. And they have the advantage, man. Nebraska's feeling it right now. They're hitting the ball. Yeah, that Nebraska minus 120 sitting right there. Right there. And you don't have to pair it with anything either. Rutgers and Penn State, nothing from me. Tizzle can't do it. Nebraska killing our Penn. Yeah, and that's the thing, is that the advantage now, what coming into series for USC is the advantage pitching. Now Nebraska has that advantage. So USC is going to have to change the advantage at the plate and go from averaging 6.8 runs a game, to 9, 10, 11. Yeah, it's difficult. Difficult to ask. Nebraska, that minus 120 is right there, man. All right, Rutgers, Pitt State, I don't have anything on that one. North Carolina State, Wake Forest. Okay, so Wake Forest won game one, 22-1? All right, and did their thing in game two. Blade, Huskers have the whole bullpen available today. Exactly that, man. And look, what we're talking about there, same deal here. So we're on Wake Forest on the money line, and I'm looking at it the same way, Blade, as what you're saying. Wake Forest, when you win 22-1 and you put up a bunch of runs in game two, you know what you've done? You've taxed the bullpens, man. So now Wake Forest is sitting there saying, all right, we've got arms. And you don't. So the answer to it is Wake Forest runs. Right? I wish I had team totals, but yeah, keep an eye there. We're on Wake Forest if you want it in the parlay. We're also on it straight up by itself, minus 125. There you go. Pittsburgh, Virginia Tech. Good series here. You're going to see runs. Pitt, minus 175. They could really use that win today. They could really use a win today. Maryland and Iowa. Iowa, minus 130 on the money line. Nothing from me there. Louisiana Tech, Kennesaw State. Louisiana Tech, minus 130. Mississippi State, South Carolina. All right, so Mississippi State has done pretty much what we thought they were going to do coming into this weekend. I just smothered South Carolina. What did they win yesterday? 9-0? Yeah, that's exactly what you want to see out of Mississippi State after a weekend last weekend, going out on the road, just dominating, playing your ball. Just smother them at the plate. That's what Mississippi State's doing. So, again, if you want to roll with them, minus 345 on the money line, obviously you're going to have to pair it with something, but Mississippi State's been a good bet this weekend. Liberty, Dallas Baptist minus 120, pretty straight up there. TCU, Baylor, TCU minus 140, nothing from me. Alabama and Texas minus 298 in the money line. Again, we're on Texas paired with Florida State there at the bottom. Texas has been handling their business, been doing their jobs. You want to see it again. Now, we need to get some runs out of Texas because we can't mess around with Alabama and try to win low score. Now, Texas could do it with their arms. Don't get me wrong. But you just take away the strength. Texas continues to do that, which they've done in the first two games. Continue to do that. But get a little run, a little run insurance, man, never hurt anybody. Look at this, my man, Michael Bolin. Good to see you, brother. Sooners, Bulldogs, Longhorns, money line at plus 103. Gamecocks are terrible. Yeah, it's a tough spot, buddy. First off, it's great to see you, man. Oh, love you, man. All right, so, yeah, it's a brutal spot. Mississippi State coming to this one, absolutely needing it after getting swept last weekend. Yeah. So, Sooners, Bulldogs, Longhorns, money line plus 1. I like it. Yeah, I like Oklahoma. Like Mississippi State, like Texas. I'm right there with you, man. Yep. Western Kentucky, Missouri State minus 315 on the money line. Nothing for me. Texas A&M, LSU. Texas A&M is up 2-0 in this series. LSU, just like Tennessee, they're on the ropes, buddy. So here's what you're battling today. Texas A&M has every advantage for today. Every one of them. The only problem is that LSU's literally a caged tiger. Shout out to Mike. LSU and Tennessee need wins today in the worst way imaginable. Do they do it? I don't know. Look, I bet on Ole Miss, so I'm saying no on Tennessee. LSU could steal this one. I've said that before. But they supported Alex Box Stadium. Like that place gonna be rocking. Ooh, you might bet the over. If you're looking at it the same way I am, and you're like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what the total is going to be. I would imagine what 11 and a half, 12 and a half, somewhere around there. I wouldn't be surprised to see some runs today. Junkie, what up, though? Good morning, fam. Hoss, what's up, Junkie? So good to see you, buddy. Hope you're doing great. Well, Missouri State is a parlay piece. Yes, they are against Western. I agree. Western, what are they like 19 and 19? Just hasn't been a good season for them. Yeah, I'm with you there. Arkansas State, ULM, nothing for me. Arkansas State minus 270. Oregon, Illinois. Oregon minus 188 of the money line. Rubber match here. This is going to be a good baseball game. Risky. I don't have a play on it. It's going to be a good game. Illinois can play with Oregon. Jeff, morning, AB and crew. Sorry I'm late. It's all right, Jeff. So good to see you, buddy. Hope you're doing good. Jinxie, here's one I cooked. As first period team total over half a goal. Brent Burns 2+ shots on goal plus 110. Could take Burns minus 165 only, but yeah, he's 15-3 against the spread there. Don't love shots on goal props on defensemen, but yeah, Jinxie, hey, I'm in. Let's go. As first period team total over half a goal and Brent Burns 2+ shots on goal plus 110. Let me star that. Boom, I'm in on that, bro. And Jinxie, appreciate you as always. Or take the as first period team total over half a goal minus 225 and pair it with anything. Oh, there we go. Hey, damn, my Missouri State Bears are 117 in a row at home. There'll be runs in this game. Let's go. Hey, Missouri State's the way to go here, man. Yeah. I'm with you. Kansas, Oklahoma State minus 140. Rubber match in this series. I don't have anything on it. Louisiana and Troy minus 166 on the money line. Nothing for me there either. Missouri and Oklahoma. All right, Oklahoma minus 345 on the money line. So Oklahoma's absolutely handled their business this weekend. I put Oklahoma in the same kind of category Texas is, right? Like, go do your thing, but don't mess around and let Missouri score runs today. Not that they necessarily have been, but just you don't want to mess around with that. Just go out and dominate it. Oklahoma minus 345, very playable. You got to pair it with something, obviously, but very playable. Big Paul, morning AB, jumped in late. Been telling them home run picks. Who you got today? Big Dog, so good to see you, man. Hey, 1 second. We're about done with college baseball. I'll bring it right back up. I got you, man. Hope you're doing great, bro. Texas Tech, Utah. All right, so we've seen a bunch of runs there. Texas Tech minus 175. I don't know about them on the road, but I do like runs. Kansas State, Arizona, Kansas State minus 220. Just keep betting Kansas State. They just keep fading Arizona, unfortunately. Got a lot of love for them, but business is business. Just keep fading them. You see Riverside, Long Beach State minus 270. Hawaii, CSU, Bakersfield. Hawaii minus 238 in the money line there. You see Santa Barbara, you see Irvine, you see Santa Barbara minus 215 on the money line. What did they have? 9 runs yesterday? Yeah. What's your total going to be? 8.5 again? Yep, probably. Cal Poly, UC San Diego. Cal Poly minus 145. Not a bad look there. Michigan State, Washington minus 115. Look out for Washington today. Look out for Washington today, man. Yeah. Cal State floated Oregon State. Oregon State minus 560. Rubber match here. Oregon State lost game 1, wins game 2. You like to think they're going to win game 3, win the series. It's generally what they do. Minus 560 is very expensive, but expensive for a reason. You're in a good spot with Oregon State. Miami and Stanford. Miami minus 330. I'm not paying 330, but I do like Miami here. Minus 330 on the road, though. All right, Louisville and Cal. Louisville minus 145 on the money line. Louisville might not be a bad look, but again, there's so much risk with these two. I can't trust Louisville or Cal. So that Louisville minus 145. All right, Big Paul, let me get the home runs up here, man, for you. So good to see you, buddy. Hang tight, and then we'll jump into NBA. Here we go. All right, home runs. Yordan Alvarez of the Astros plus 285. That's who I'm going with, by the way. I'm taking Yordan. Mike Trout, Angels plus 330. Bryce Harper of the Phillies plus 400. Ellie De La Cruz plus 415 of the Reds. And O'Neal Cruz of the Pirates plus 500. Yeah, man. And I'm rolling with Yordan Alvarez plus 285 for me. Lynch, East Carolina -1.5 and Missouri State +125 parlay. I like that. East Carolina -1.5 and Missouri State +125. There we go. All right. Let's jump into the NBA. So we have 4 games today. All right. So we saw day 1 of the NBA playoffs. All 4 home teams won. Okay. Sorry. Let me pull this up. All right. So let's just go in order of when these games start. 1 p.m. Eastern, 12 Central. 76ers at the Celtics. Celtics -12.5, total of 213.5. So here's the story for today. Yesterday, you had playable spreads, high totals. Today, you have high spreads and very playable totals. But you have playable totals for a reason. You might have some blowouts here. So that's concern number 1. All right, Celtics, let's just go this game by game. Celtics 12.5, total of 213.5. So I'm definitely with the Celtics here in pretty much every way, but man, 13? Blade says we could bet all 4 home teams on the money line at -130. You know what? I like the way you think. I did the same thing. DraftKings, Celtics, Thunder, Pistons, Spurs, -119. I swear to you. If you want to put all 4 home teams together to just win the games, you can do that. Celtics, money line, Thunder, money line, Pistons, money line, Spurs, money line. Now, it's 4 teams to win, and it's -120. All right. However, if you want to bet, as we did or saw yesterday, with 4 home teams winning, that is very available. And in fact, my mind went to the same spot. So good look there, man. I'm with you. Rich, Celtics over 58.5 total first half. That's another thing, too. I think the Celtics are going to jump all over Philly. No Embiid. Yeah. No Joel Embiid for Philly. I think Boston's going to get all over him. It's just the question is, do you want to bet 13 points by the end of the game? Because you're going to want to be up just in case. Silliness. You know what I mean? 12.5 is just a big spread. But again, as we've seen in sports, NFL's same way. That big spreads hit. Total of 213.5. So here we go. So let's, if you're looking at it the same way, I'm saying, you know what? I don't know what to do with that 12.5. Well, let's attack it this way. Total 213.5. So what do we need to get the over? 214 points. So 108, 106. Do both of these teams get to 100? If you're asking that question and pausing, you might want to bet the under. But again, it all depends on how many points you're going to get from the 76ers. I do not have their team total in front of me, but I would be interested to see what that number is. Hawk, that's a lot to happen. That's a lot to happen for not even plus money. Yeah, agreed. That's the tough part. Is it's like, yeah, we putting 4 teams together for -120. I know. Junkie, take Pritchard over on threes. There we go. Tizzle, bet 365 as Maxey at 7.5 threes attempted -125 might be the play. That's a good look. Kirk, Quez averaged 14 against the Sixers in 4 games against them. Jeff, depends on how the refs call it. Yeah, that's very true. So, okay, that totals 213.5. Ponder on that. We can come back to it. And obviously, feel free to drop in any of your plays on any of the games. Player props, spreads, totals, anything. I'm very, very curious to see what you have. All right, game number 2, Suns and the Thunder. Pull this up full screen here. Thunder -14.5, total of 215.5. All right, players to look out for: Devin Booker, and your boy SGA. All right. So, again, double-digit spread, low total. The Suns tired? Suns probably a little tired, right? Or they come out playing hot. The question that I'm asking is, what style of pace do we get in this game? Marshall. LaQueta, a.k.a. the Big Hotel. Shout out to La Quinta. Dude, I love that. That's the best. The Big Hotel. I love that. That's a fun nickname. All right. Is this game going to be fun? That's the question. I mean, the Suns looking at it saying, what do we have to lose? That said, though, for Oklahoma City, they like to play defense. All right, what do you need for the total? 216 to get the over. So 116, 100. 114, 102. Do both of these teams get to 100? Do both of them get to 104? You might take a look at both teams to score. Again, I think the question is figuring out what we're going to get from the Suns. If I were betting on the Celtics or the Thunder, I would bet a very standard fair game. Maybe even, a few points more. But what do we get out of the Sixers and the Suns? And we'll keep going. Because it's the question of what do we get from, especially teams that were in playing games. Adam, Thunder getting their sweep. Their brooms ready. Yeah. Yep. Well, my 6-year-old daughter is casually walking around Publix right now rapping Crazy by Boosie. Nice. Give her a high five. That's awesome. And shout out to Publix. I love Publix. Publix is great, man. The bakery is fantastic. Publix subs, oh, man, they're so good. I like that turkey salsalito that they have. But I'll eat any of them. They even have a little popcorn chicken. I'm a big Publix, but if you don't know what Publix is, it's a grocery store. It's solid. Solid. Publix is awesome. All right, so Suns and the Thunder. Yeah, so again, what are you going to get from the Suns, man? That's the question. All right, game 3. 6:30 Eastern, 5:30 Central. Magic at the Pit. Let me pull it full screen. Magic at the Pistons. So again, play-in team. It's played now. This is going to be the third game in 5 days. Third playoff game in 5 days. And the Magic went off offensively. Now, look, I'm on the under. 218.5. If there's a game I think that goes way under, I think this is it. I think the Pistons are going to try to defense. They're going to try to D up Orlando right out of the building. Yeah, similar to Boston. Yeah, Jinxie. Celtics have are opposite of Boston. Celtics have allowed 100 a bunch. I think the Pistons are going to be the opposite of this. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. Now, Pistons 8.5-point favorites, total of 218.5. So what do you have to get here? 110, 109? I don't know. Are you getting that many points from both teams? Ooh, I don't know, man. Look, I'm taking a swing, and it might be a stupid swing. I don't know. We're gonna find out today. But I think if there's a game that could go under, it's got to be this one, right? And 218.5. It's a decently large total. What we want to get is the Pistons just choking out Orlando. And look, I'm not coming at Orlando. Like, I'm not against you. I'm not pulling against you. I'm just speaking from a betting perspective. To where it's just difficult for Orlando to get points up. Because then Detroit, they don't have to go crazy offensively. I don't know. If out of these four, to me, and again, I could be wrong, but I'm just looking at this one as the under game. Trailblazers to the Spurs. All right, this one could be 2. Total of 221.5. That's a large total there. Kirk, you say the Spurs cover this number? Spurs 10.5-point favorites. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm big on the Spurs here. Do we want them by 11 or more? If Deja just went off last time, you going to do that again? What are you going to get from Wemby? Averaging 25 points per, 11.5 rebounds a game, 3.1 assists. Yeah, so I think I lean to the under here as well. I mean, you need what? 112, 110? Yeah, all right. So what I love about having a live open betting show is that we all have different looks at it. These two just feel like unders to me. And again, I could be way off. And anyone that's new, this show, this chat, it's the best crew in the game. But it's also like, feel free to challenge what I'm saying. And I'm not saying like we turn it into arguments. I'm just putting it out there. Yeah, like I want your view on it. You know what I mean? Because I could be off. But I don't know, man. I just game ones of these series to where the Pistons and Spurs are heavily favored. You're going to go out and score for sure, but I think defense is the move, right? And there are so many more ways for unders to come in than overs. But again, I don't want to get on an under train because we saw points yesterday. There were points getting put up, right? Matt, Wemby, 3 blocks and a double-double. There we go. Kirk, 115, 100. Are you going? That hit the under. 215 and give you a couple points. Yeah, all right. So those are the 4, man. Jeff, the Blazers have been on fire, but the Spurs are a top team for sure. Yeah, and look, I think that's the question, right, Jeff? I think we're asking the same thing. Like, I think figuring out these 4 games today is figuring out the road team. How many points specifically? What are you going to get from the Sixers? What are you going to get from the Suns against the Thunder? What are you going to get from the Magic against the Pistons? Trailblazers versus Spurs. Yeah, Tizzle. Avdija. That's a tough name. Avdija. Double-double plus 200. Not a bad look. He got to do it all. Yeah, and he was doing it last game. Wasn't he? Yeah. Marshall, love that Wemby bet. Yeah, I do too. That is a good one. Matty boy, hopping in with AB is less like a cage match, more like inside the actor's studio. Yeah, no doubt. Like, I want your input for sure. Let's see, Bolin. By regular season, Bolin, again, so good to see you, my boy. By regular season averages, looking at 207.3 possessions in Spurs Blazers. Portland had the 8th most possessions per game. Spurs 16th. Should be decently up and down. Think I lead under 2. Yeah, look, I'm with you. And awesome stats. I mean, I clearly you had those. I did. That's a great look. Yeah, it just feels like these two could be led by the dominating team, and they look to do it by keeping you from not scoring. Something your team, especially the Magic. I don't know. The Trailblazers aren't going to be exhausted. And not that the Magic are coming in just completely gassed, but these home environments are rocking. Anytime you got the look, okay. All right, so that's what we have in the NBA for today. Anytime that you have an NBA playoff game and you got the T-shirts over the chairs, right? If you've got like, a whiteout, a blackout, like whatever. Shout out to the White Hot Heat bowling. But that's when you know it's big time. When you see the pregame and the arena's empty, but the shirts are over the chairs. That's when you know. You're like, it's go time. That's when I get FOMO the most. Even if it's a team that I don't follow any of it. Like seeing like the Celtics game. You know what I mean? Like it's awesome. You're like, oh, dude, this is live now. Playoff basketball is great. All right, let me get the picks up here, and we'll get out of here. We got an hour here. Sunday, I know everybody has things to do, and again, so good to see you. Yeah, so good to see you. All right. Sorry, man. We had 70 something slides today. That's awesome. All right, picks. Let go. All right, let me get the banner off here. Okay, Mets and the Cubs over 8.5. I'm doing it again. Now, feel free to put this one in your text chain with betting friends. What do we do? And let me know what they say, because it's tough. I totally get anybody who's saying, I'm not going back to that well. I understand it. But I'm going to test those 17-mile-an-hour winds going out. Let me get it. All right, Mets Cubs over 8.5. And the Mets lost 10 straight. Boys, let's go. Florida State money line, Texas money line, college baseball. Those two together, minus 120. Ole Miss money line, minus 110 by itself against Tennessee. Wake Forest money line by itself, minus 125 against NC State. And then the Magic and the Pistons under 218 and a half. Let's go. Kirk says San Antonio. And Charles Barkley. Dude, that's Barkley's going to have that quote forever. Alan, it's past 11 a.m. Aren't you exhausted? A little tired. It takes a little time putting this together every morning. But now we're good, baby. Let's go. All right. It's going to be a great day. Great day today. We've got baseball. We've got Major League Baseball. We got college baseball and the NBA playoffs, man. It's fantastic. Bo, it's so good to see you, brother. Miss you, man. And everybody, crew, great job. So good to see you all. All right, we'll be live tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern, normal time. Until then, everybody, best of luck. Let's cash these tickets, and we'll see you soon. Thanks.
Who's got it better than us?